Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussions on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime, currently featuring Steven Universe, Miraculous Ladybug, The New Powerpuff Girls, and Star vs. the Forces of Evil. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hello.
And Justin Cummings.
Hey guys.
Today, Delaney, Justin, and I will be discussing the August 1st episode of Steven Universe, Gem Hunt. We're covering every episode of the Summer of Steven / Steven's Summer Adventures here on the Overly Animated Podcast. You can check us out at overlyanimated.com or search for the Overly Animated Podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. So it's discussing Gem Hunt today. Apologies for the late start. Today and tomorrow's little different schedule than normal. We'll be back Wednesday, I guess, at our normal right after the episode time. But yeah, let's get into Gem Hunt for today. Pretty hype episode about with lots of Dylan's favorite story elements here in our episodes. Delaney, what are your general impressions of Gem Hunt?
Okay, one, Connie, yes! Like, Connie and Pearl, oh my god, like, this is everything Delaney loves about Steven Universe in one episode. We just needed Garnet, but we mentioned Garnet, so it was fine. It was so cute, I just loved it, like, Connie and Steven, and Connie and I'm so excited, yes.
Yeah.
And then, again, another episode where Jasper appears out of nowhere and Delaney freaks out, even though, like, I shouldn't freak out every time it happens. Like,
Yeah.
There's going to be a third time where Jasper appears out of nowhere, and I'm still going to be shocked, even though I shouldn't be. I really enjoyed it, thought it was cute. Some interesting stuff happens in this episode. Like, there's a lot, like, it seems kind of inconsequential at first, but then, that was a really hard word, I'm sorry, Kentucky just came out really hard.
Inconsequential is okay. Never mind, continue.
And I thought the Q was hard, but, it seems like, you're like, oh, it's kind of like it's a fun episode, but then no, there's just stuff happening. I really enjoyed it. It was great. Connie's amazing as usual. Such a treasure.
Justin, what are your general thoughts?
My brain still hurts. I saw spoilers that Jasper was going to be in this episode.
Yeah.
But
I
don't know what I saw, but the screenshots were apparently something got mixed up. So people were reporting that Jasper fused, that Jasper was corrupted, that all this stuff happens.
No.
That's what I saw reported about this episode.
All we saw from this episode was Jasper holding the gem.
Exactly. No. This was the spoiler. So people saw screenshots and thought that's what happened.
No.
And so when the episode starts and we see orange-looking thing with long white hair, I'm like, corrupted Jasper. Then we see the humanoid monster footprints.
Yeah, I understand. Actually,
I'm like, corrupted Jasper. And then they start talking, like half corrupted.
The episode itself, though, what about that?
I loved it because there wasn't corrupted Jasper, and we got awesome Jasper just coming in out of nowhere. But no, it was a fun episode. It was good. I miss Connie just hanging out with Steven. She kind of felt like a doomsday prepper in this episode, which I really liked. And
that's Connie. Def.
And the humor in this episode was completely on point. They had a great Scooby-Doo reference. It was just a fun episode. I figured you would like that, Delaney.
I'm all about the Scooby. I was really hoping they'd actually say Scooby-Doo when they're like cartoons. I was like, darn it!
I was waiting for Zoinks or something.
Oh, is that what that was referring to? Okay, we'll go through the thing.
How did you not know?
Did you not get that?
I'm trying to process this in somewhat of an altered state, but yeah, let's. Gem Hunt was
There's your hit, folks.
Yeah, it was it was really great. I mean, this is like. This is, by the way, apologies if we have any sort of suboptimal audio. We are coming to you live from Dewey Beach, Delaware, namesake of Mayor Dewey. So
Mayor Dewey.
Not relevant to this episode. I was just at Funland, by the way, the IRL Funland.
Did you play Beat Mania?
No, we played skee ball though.
Close enough.
That's a big thing at IRL Funland. So yeah, this episode is great, and it had 3 out of my top 5 favorite characters, and it was completely wonderful. I love the aesthetic of it, like the winter aesthetic, and
snow in summer, yes.
The Great North.
Yeah, was this episode not indicative of Steven's summer adventures? Like, could you find a more
Canada
question
episode? Mark?
Yeah, it was really great though, and Connie was incredible, and Pearl was like at her most Pearl. And also Steven was great.
Pearl's been in a while.
It was, yeah. Well, except for like Steven Floats when she was like season 1 Pearl, but yeah. I really
like flipped out.
I really liked
and Monster Reunion.
Yeah, I guess
with the plate.
Yeah, I love Steven like freaking out over Connie's first mission, like the animation on Connie's first mission, him like touching his cheeks and stuff. That's really great. And we'll see, and I'll try to remember everything else that happened as we go through Justin's outline because I didn't remember. So let's go through that. Yeah. So where are we here, Justin? What's your general impressions of where this episode takes place?
The Great North is typically a euphemism, I guess, for Canada, but do we have Canada is the real question, because alternate Earth. So
we have an
I'm assuming that's what you meant.
Canadian flag.
Right,
so we've got Canada,
in that area.
So
I don't know if it's called Canada, it could be called North Montana, but we're there.
Yeah.
And the background, I don't know if y'all caught this, it looked like a giant version of a whaling stone behind the pad. And they kind of
did not catch that.
Lingered on it for a bit. I don't know if that was important or not, but it kind of looked like a giant whaling stone.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something. I don't know. It did look like a gem structure. Yeah. It was pretty big.
So we might be in northern Canada. Okay, this episode's storyboarded, by the way, by Colin and Jeff. Colin's second episode. And I'm with Justin, by the way. I'm jumping around from earlier. I really wish I didn't know Jasper was going to be in this episode because that was probably would have been a big surprise.
I had no idea. How do I keep doing this?
Well, there's only one screenshot, and then the preview for next episode is them recounting what happened this episode, or like that. Maybe that's Wednesday's episode. But yeah, it was. I wish we didn't have these spoilers. I'm on team Matt Burnett now. Let's get rid of these spoilers because this is ruining this.
And I'm starting to get
all the time. I avoid all of them. I don't know how this keeps happening.
I'm starting to get mad because I saw one thing I thought was a spoiler, and I'm like, they have a spoiler for that? And then I turn on Cartoon Network, and no, that's actually a promo, so...
Who even?
It's like, I don't know what's a spoiler anymore, what's a promo.
Yeah, Cartoon Network also spoils things on their own, so it's really hard to tell, yeah. By the way, we think Matt Burnett posted on Twitter today, Bubbled, next Wednesday's episode is the season finale, and Kindergarten Kid is the beginning of the following season, which is next Thursday's episode. So that's interesting. And also, as of now, we're going to be weekly after the Summer of Steven, and no episode this Friday, but as I always say, Cartoon Network's schedule is really bad, so we will see. Either of those things might not be true. I'm skeptical of not having an episode Friday, but we'll see.
Wait, this Friday?
Yeah, I'm skeptical.
This Friday was supposed to be.
It was supposed to be beta, but as of now, the schedule says beta and Earthlings on Monday, a two-parter.
Okay.
Yeah, which
and it doesn't
fine.
make sense then that Wednesday's the finale because if Tuesday's in theory part 3, they typically have one cooldown before the end of the season. Or as they try.
Well, as going by Matt Burnett's tweet in the episode listings we have, it'll be the 3-parter, then Bubbled is the finale, so we'd go right into the finale. It'd be interesting. But we'll see
well, I mean, Bubbled being the cooldown after the big.
Oh yeah. I think from his tweet it seemed like that was the actual finale. Like I don't think they would consider Log Date the season 2 finale. But that was my read on that.
Right.
Also, I'm pretty sure they're not airing these episodes in order because I don't think they would have Gem Hunt so soon after Alone at Sea. And I don't think we would put Restaurant Wars right next to Kiki's Pizza Delivery Service. I think those episodes would be spaced out more. If you look at the episode airing order, they have Cartoon Network's always played with it a little bit and moved.
The last time they played with it was the first Steven Bomb.
If you go to it's been more since then. If you look at the production codes on the Wikipedia,
the production codes are
they're not very out of order. They're just here and there. It's just Cartoon Network feels the need to air things in sequential order. So we're getting a Jasper episode here. I wouldn't be surprised if we're getting another Jasper episode soon, just because Cartoon Network's kind of grouping them all together, basically.
Also, Delaney isn't spoiled. I still don't know the name of Thursday's episode.
I posted it in the Patreon on the.
It's on Cartoon Network now. They're promoting because it's the 100th episode.
Thursday's episode will be.
Is it just the character's name? Then I'm not shocked.
It's
just I knew that character was in the episode. Okay. I'm really not impressed. You guys got me all hyped for no reason. Y'all suck.
Let's get back to Gem Hunt.
I already knew.
As just by the way, thanks to Justin for outlining this episode.
This is my first outline. My first outline.
Your first episode outline. I made you outline many things before, so
this is my first episode outline.
Yeah. Usually I do these. Steven's photo session, which was really great. I think I took the screenshot from this.
It's so cute.
Yeah,
so great.
I love Steven freaking out over Connie's first mission.
Also, it's so typical of her parents needing to have photos of everything. Also, I've lived that life. My grandmother was that way, and was just wherever I had to go, take pictures. So it was just really funny to me that she's on this adventure. It's so great.
Justin, buy or sell Connie's parents accepting her going on a mission to northern Canada right now?
By herself.
Buy or sell?
Oh, buy or sell. I buy it, especially with the pictures to make, because I have a feeling the pictures aren't, oh, we're so proud of you, take pictures. It's, we want to make sure you're safe, take pictures. We want to make sure you're not getting into any real danger. I think as long as she's with Pearl and Steven, because last time we saw Dr. Maheswaran, it was, I will trust you. That's the last thing we saw.
Yeah, last Connie's parents stuff we got was Nightmare Hospital, right? From season 2. Yep. Connie's mom seemed okay with things. We haven't really seen from Connie's dad in a while.
She saw Connie handle herself just fine.
This is a little bit of a stretch to me. I don't know if I'd be like.
Well, I think it's just because we haven't seen them in a while. Honestly, to me, what's more shocking is that Pearl let her come. Like, to me, that it's like I can't.
They've been training a lot, it seems.
You know what? One of the main emotions from this episode is like, it's been over a year since Sworn to the Sword, and this is the first follow up to Connie's sword training.
Finally.
It's just kind of like, oh, I want to see more of that. Like,
well, would you count Nightmare Hospital?
Sure, I guess. So it's been still about a year since that.
Yeah, actually.
I really wish we'd gotten, like, this is kind of a direct sequel to Sworn to the Sword. We even get the song in it, which is like the best part. But
that was horrible.
Yeah. But I just wish this was more of a recurring plotline, and this is kind of a microcosm of my desire for Connie to be more of a main character. Plugging one of my blog posts recently, you can check out overlyanimated.com/category/blogs for I wrote about like how I think they're going to blow up Beach City soon, which I think will not be by the end of the season because they're ending, like, we're not getting a last one out of Beach City at the end of the season, by the way. So I reserve the right to until that episode title comes out. But it's I'm like, okay, who are the main characters who would survive kind of the minor character purge if that happens? And I think Connie would be one of them, but she's kind of the most minor major character I think that we see, which is a little bit frustrating.
Is she below Greg?
I think so.
Especially now.
Greg's in more episodes than her. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Greg is.
Which is, I mean, both of them I think should be major characters, but
yeah,
Connie I feel like is just is in the show like as much as Lion, like, you know.
Yeah, and they even wrote it into like her character, like basically description, like she's not always in Beach City. So like they made it this way. That's why she's not always around, and it's really frustrating. I'm hoping like we'll just get more of her, like especially like, you know, when like, you know, the battle comes, like, you know, the final showdown with Homeworld, like we would assume Connie's there, you know, on the front lines. But I don't know. I hope so. Like, I feel like Connie has a lot of wasted potential right now.
Yeah.
Like, we get very little with her, and it's just, like, that's why I was so excited for this. Like, I mean, I didn't know Connie was in the episode, because I don't know how, I just avoid things, but Connie's in the episode, and I was like, yes, more. Give me another one.
Yeah.
How do you avoid these things? I Googled the episode title and got spoilers.
Well, she just doesn't
It's because I don't Google the episode title like an idiot. Obviously, you're going to get spoiled if you Google the episode title.
And luckily, we will also be seeing Connie tomorrow, I believe, so that's more good news. More good
spoilers.
That's in the description. It's in the episode synopsis.
I'm not going to spoil anything actual spoilers, but yeah, this is very, very exciting. I just really hope we see more of Connie as like a regular presence on the show. Steven's kind of great with Connie. Pearl's great with Connie. Like let's see more of this. Connie still needs to meet Peridot. Connie still needs to meet Peridot.
Yes, they need to be best friends. Like I need them to like have a book club. Like I need that's what's gonna happen.
She also needs to meet Lapis in a non-fighting capacity.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be much like Greg. Yeah.
Connie's the only person. Like, okay, yeah, we have like PD and stuff, but like Steven literally doesn't hang out with people his age. Like Connie is like the only person.
Yeah,
and she's a year and a quarter younger than him.
Yes. But
you're 14, but I'm only 12 3/4. Yeah. Funny. Let's continue with this outline. We got I think sidetracked by a million topics here. Steven's photo session, smile looking for monster, funny joke. Not funny makes you think. Yeah. And then Pearl's like, okay, that's enough. Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. Like, Steven, you're so weird.
I also would have not put up with that last one, but. Connie's been training a lot apparently. Corrupted gem activity, locates destabilized bubble. So we get a lot with corrupted gems here, which I'd recently complained about us getting like nothing with corrupted gems in season 1, and then we get monster reunion, and then this episode. So I feel like this is a resurgence in kind of corrupted gem stuff. Justin, yes or no? This increased corruption gem thematics in the show is leading towards some kind of big plot element with corrupted gems.
Yes. I think so, and I'm still on board with the idea that Jasper might end up corrupted or will have a big part in it, because I think we need to see a gem become corrupt. We've seen corrupted gems. We've started trying to see them healed. Like with Centipedal, we need to see a gem become corrupt. We need to actually witness it. And Jasper's the perfect one because we know Jasper, but we don't care that much about Jasper.
I don't know what fanfic you read with corrupted Jasper, but you're just really on that.
A lot of people think this is going to happen. Like, it's a very widely circulated theory right now.
I'm looking at I just saw this, the Colin Howard episode promo art, and there's Scooby-Doo in it. So that's good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Is this on the Crooniverse Tumblr?
It's on the Crooniverse Tumblr, yeah. And Jeff Lou has a different one of a snowman with Connie's sword. These are pretty great. Yeah, so I do think we're going to something probably in the finale, or... by the way, I reserve the right to extend all my happening in the finale theories to, like... whenever big stuff happens next, if big stuff doesn't happen. So let's put an asterisk there. But yeah, I think we're going somewhere with these corrupted gem things. It is very deliberate. They have like a deep discussion about corrupted gems this episode. I've got everything we need to survive the wilderness. I've got board games. Yeah, Connie has her book that she's read front to cover 20 times, apparently, her survival guide, and she knows how to make like a tree leaf tea or whatever from it.
So good.
It's pretty great. I'm a big fan. The two corrupted gem monsters.
Also, it's a used book for the record, which is like even better. Okay. Like that made it just that extra touch, which is wonderful.
Delaney, what do you think of these two corrupted gem monsters that show up? There's one that's like
blue, and there's one that's like
blue and orange. Yeah,
literal Jasper color palette.
Yeah.
Well, they looked really interesting. Like I really enjoyed their design, and then like I'm kind of glad that like we obviously don't get that much with him. Like it's like, oh, chase them down. Oh, well, Jasper beat him up, and has their gem shards or whatever. I don't know. Like it's interesting, but then it's also like we haven't really seen, like, they're really big. Like, so like these like I would assume it's kind of based on size almost, like, the kind of gem, and then like when they get corrupted or how they're corrupted, like their size. So it's like, are they quartzes? Like how much is Jasper like tracking them? Like I have a lot of questions.
So I thought at first that one of the Jasper colored one was supposed to be Jasper like shapeshifted, but then at the end she has two gems, so I guess not, right?
That's what. No, she it at the end it's very clear that she had beaten up the other one, and she had defeated it and had
which is why Pearl couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't go the one of them Jasper route. That seemed like that was where I guess that was supposed to be like hinting at that, and then it wasn't. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but.
Well, I'm just really confused. Like we have, there's like the gym experiments. Now we have corrupted gyms, and it's like, are we going to like? I mean, we've kind of like shelved the like gym experiments, and so I'm interested. Like, are these all going to kind of tie together at some point, or are we just we shelved that for now? We're going to do gym corruptions, and it's like, how similar are these things?
Yeah, that's
like,
a good point, because
how are they related?
Early kind of first half season 2, we got this huge gem experiments cluster type plotline, and since the cluster's been bubbled, we've had none of that. That's interesting. Like,
and it's like they present it as two different things, but then it's like I understand, like, semantically corruption is different than these gym experiments who have been forced together this way. And of course we don't understand how gym corruption happens and like what's really going on. But it's like, I feel like these two things are probably related, and we need to talk about it. Like, we need to like merge these concepts in some way. Like maybe gym corruption was like the, like, I don't know, like the inspiration for gym experiments. I don't know. Like just really
like they saw what happened when the diamonds messed with still functional gems. Why can't we use the ones that aren't functional?
Right, yeah, something like that. Like, what is this, like, using all the pieces of, like, and when they've talked about, like, like, they've, like, the limited resources on Homeworld, so, it makes sense that they would use everything that they have to, like, continue their, species, quote, unquote, and, like, their, power and stuff, so I don't know. Just
to answer your question about size, though, we've seen the corrupted gems. They can choose their size. Like, first time we saw Centipedal in Gem Glow, we had the massive form. When Steven unbubbles it in Monster Buddies, though, takes a much smaller size. So I think.
I think control is not necessarily the best word for it because like they don't have control. Like they're corrupted. They don't really control their anything.
But I mean, I think it's determined each time they reform. I guess whether or not they control it, it's not preset. It could be rage, whatever it is, but it's not already predetermined based on their gem species, I think.
Okay, I lost track of this discussion, so we'll table this.
Okay.
We'll come back if relevant. I want to point out this Tumblr post I'm seeing by musical-gopher that says there's pictures of Biggs Jasper and Ocean Jasper IRL gems and comparing them to the gems that Jasper's holding at the end. So possibly Jasper's holding other forms of Jasper.
Wait! Did you say Biggs?
Biggs Jasper, yeah. Biggs. Thursday. Yeah, that's an interesting one, right?
Is that considered spoilers?
Yeah, that's spoilers. We'll get into that Thursday. That's spoilers.
Okay.
But yeah, interesting stuff. Let's keep going, and then you guys bring up this interesting discussion.
Well, I had said that they were. I mean, they could be quartzes because to me that would make sense as to why they're so big.
Yeah,
and Jasper's.
I guess Jasper's a quartz, right? So, Cookie Cat walkie-talkies. This is definitely Cookie Cat.
So great.
They're adorable.
Yeah, it's
so
pretty
great.
good. Oh yeah.
Also, definite BS. Those walkie-talkies wouldn't work. Sorry. It's not how
They're
walkie-talkies work.
gem enhanced. Come on. Come on.
Are they gem enhanced?
No, they are enhanced by the technology of Cookie Cat's home
Cookie
planet.
Cat, yeah, exactly. Cookie Cat's an alien. So
whatever.
How to survive the punishment of nature, as we talked about, used. Yeah. Who's your favorite gem?
Scurvy.
Who's your Oh yeah. So we don't get scurvy yet. Connie. Oh my God, Connie. By the way, I just read a Washington Post article about this like undiagnosed this kid who just ate like graham crackers and chocolate milk, and they had this like mystery illness, and it turned out to be scurvy. Spoilers for that article. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, please give your child orange juice.
Vary the diet a little bit.
We only said we'd be covering Steven Universe episodes. We didn't mention Washington Post articles.
Oh well, I'm sorry. It was relevant. I saw the connection.
Scurvy.
Yeah, scurvy. So Connie said that.
Who's your favorite gem?
Who's your favorite gem? Yeah. And
Pearl.
Steven's like Pearl, and she's like
So
and then later she was like, yeah. She's like, oh,
Don't
it's just a joke. Don't tell Garnet.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Pearl is just so great this episode. I'd missed her. Like I was like, Pearl, I love you. Oh man, who's your favorite gem?
It was really good. Kai Pearl coming over the walkie-talkie. Remember, you humans need to eat. Like, okay, Pearl.
Like whatever.
Okay,
Connie's speech about running out of natural resources right before that, though,
it was so good. Peak oil. Oh my God, Connie said peak oil. Like I adore her.
Forget Homeworld attacking. We have to worry about ourselves.
Steven's speech about corrupted gems. Wild animals used to be normal. They're sick. You think he was worried about Senti here?
I think the way he's talking, and it might just be because it aired so close to Monster Reunion, when he starts talking with the, do they even remember what they used to look, or how they were supposed to look? Those last few lines, when he starts getting really sentimental, starts looking off.
Yeah.
I think it's about Centipedal. I could be wrong, but that's kind of the vibe I got.
I mean, in interpretation,
honestly, like for me, it was just like that's all Steven is, and we've this isn't like we've encountered this before, and we know. I mean, this stuff really upsets Steven, so I'm not shocked. I think a lot of it's from him not being able to help, and it's like really upsetting to him. Like he can't help them.
Yeah, I mean, it's in general could totally be about Centipedal, but yeah, we talked about the corrupted and stuff. It's interesting that it clearly gets its own thing here, and its own kind of speech. Connie snowboarding.
Before Steven like rolls down the hill, and she's like, wood.
So good.
Balance is the key. Oh my God, it's like let's reference the. I think Justin and I both called this the best SU song. Wait, no, I called it, and you called it like second or something.
I called it second behind Full Disclosure.
Yeah, we'll reevaluate this, but
it's my ringtone, Delaney. It's my ringtone.
That's literally the most incorrect opinion I've ever heard in my life. But
oh come on, that's not true. There have been more incorrect ones than that.
Compared to the things I've said on the Ladybug roundtables, you find this incorrect?
He's right.
Humanoid and a monster tracks. Pine Needle Tea. We talked about that. Oh, here's the don't get scurvy. Okay.
Okay, I thought
get scurvy.
I thought was this not just like the most one, Delaney didn't know Jasper was coming, but I was surprised they didn't really talk about it. Like, I was expecting Connie to at least be like, "Oh, it's like alternating between its forms." Blah blah blah. No, we don't. We literally don't talk about it. I'm like,
we don't talk about
but,
it. Yeah, you're right.
But,
This no experiments thing. Yeah, like I don't know why they're not bringing this up. Or
well, my thing is like this is what Centipedal did. Like, kept shifting forms, like because it couldn't hold it.
Yeah, you're right.
I was like, why aren't we talking about it? This is the really obvious way to go. Like,
well, didn't they say that a bit? Like it was going back and forth, but a bit later in the episode.
Maybe later. I don't know. Let's
yeah, because when Steven's like it's half corrupted.
They definitely didn't talk about it as much as I thought they were going to, though.
It does seem a little weird with how they bring up corruption here and and everything about that.
I guess they were just trying not to like purposefully mislead. I don't know. Like I had no idea Jasper was coming, so they were going to get me either way. But
it's a guy in a monster suit. That's only in cartoons. Yeah, I like
usually
over a property dispute. Yeah, what are you even talking about?
Property dispute was the best part.
That
was so great. No, that over a property dispute is literally like the best Scooby-Doo reference ever. Like this is excellent. All of it was perfect.
I need to get back into my Scooby-Doo references to understand.
Yeah, literally, Dylan. All of it's just property disputes, like because that's when Scooby-Doo. Anyway, I could write a thesis about this. We can move on.
But Pearl not shutting up is like the best thing.
Yeah,
I'd hate to put you in danger. Don't make any sudden loud noises. I'm just gonna keep talking until you respond. Yeah,
is this about the favorite gym thing?
Yeah,
Pearl.
I could be wrong. All I could think this entire monologue was that you're gonna hate me, Dylan. The scene in the SpongeBob movie where Plankton calls. It just keeps going. The crown, Neptune's crown.
Denied. Moving on. But yeah, that was really great.
Pearl is that friend that when you don't respond back immediately, she assumes that you like hate her, and then she just keeps messaging you. Which I feel that because I'm that friend. So like, oh my god, it was so good. I love Pearl.
Yeah. Steven at the Gem Whisperer apparently. Corrupted gems freak out at shiny things. Yeah, that's the gem.
He literally did the hiccup toothless, like, hold his hand out. Like, really, Steven? Must you?
Oh, yeah, you did. I thought it was going to work for a minute.
Same, I did. I was cool.
Then he's like, Pearl, come here, and then I'll be right there, Connie. Jasper appears, Bubble. Again, we get Jasper with the, hey, Rose, look what I got. Okay. Like, I'm very glad this returned, because I always reference this. The fact that Jasper thinks Steven is just Rose.
She thinks I'm Mom.
Yeah, exactly. And like now this is like a thing. Like we've got it twice now. Like this is a thing. Like this is important.
Like it should be in all your fanfics, kiddos. Like it's a thing.
Yeah, this is important here. I think this, we'll have more theories later, but I think this is really great, and we're gonna hopefully have it come up soon. Photo of Jasper with the things. Connie's upset. I was ready to fight, but I wasn't. I failed. You weren't supposed to fight. It's a total success. You're supposed to call me. Another Twitcher, tell me when you click. Yeah, Pearl upset. Are your parents gonna see this? Okay, so why is Pearl concerned with Connie's parents seeing the picture?
She looks terrible. Well, she probably thinks she looks terrible. She really doesn't, but her eyes are shut and talking and
Justin's supportive of Pearl, but yeah,
that's like the closest Pearl's ever gotten to like being like full on awkward human. I'm like, good job, Pearl.
Yeah, Jasper photo, and then the end of the episode. Yeah. Okay. Overall, this is really good. This is a really good one.
Yes.
I think I just made a connection I didn't even catch with the shiny things with the corrupted gem.
Okay.
Because, hear me out. In Monster Buddies, what made Centipedal go kind of off was when there was a glimmer off of Garnet's gauntlet. What made the wolf creature thing in this episode go off was the glare off of Connie's sword. We saw in Monster Reunion that what corrupted, I guess, would be what we saw with corrupted Centipedal was that blinding light. So is that why all the corrupted gems seem to freak out at shiny light? Because of that blinding thing that corrupted them.
This assumes that all corrupted gems were corrupted by the diamond song light thing. Yeah,
they were corrupted in one moment, which is...
Yeah, that's possible. By the way,
at least that these two both were.
I saw a Tumblr post recently referencing like the beginning of season 2 when Greg is kind of describing something about Rose, that Rose like bubbled the earth to save like everyone. She like saved everyone, and kind of like combining it with this description of how the diamonds like sent this corrupting beam to Earth. So maybe Rose protected the Earth from the diamond's corrupting beam with her bubble, which would be big evidence against my Rose's pink diamond theme, which I backed off a little bit since I espoused that theory again. But that'd be interesting. It's not necessarily.
Unless it holds that White Diamond was the one who sent the beam, like I think.
Okay, well, yeah, that's also possible. So yeah, interesting stuff. Overall, Justin, top 5 episode from Summer of Steven, this one?
Oh, from Summer of Steven, probably.
Yeah, Delaney?
Yeah, I'd say so. I haven't really been thinking about like rankings, but
Blasphemy.
For this Steven, I know. How dare I? I don't have a list already. Weird, but for this Summer of Steven, I'd say this is top 5. I mean, it's just great, and it has Connie in it, so it immediately bumps it up anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna tentatively put this in number 2 or 3 in my Summer of Steven ranking.
Behind what?
Obviously the new Lars, which is the definitive number 1.
Literally,
so.
Dylan.
The definitive number 1.
You like the new Lars more than Monster Reunion, Alone at Sea, and...
No, it was me and Michelle.
No, I wasn't, but I listened to it because he was me.
Correct. All that's correct. I'll reevaluate at the end, but yeah,
he was the Justin role.
Very good stuff. I need to watch this one again, but there's just a bunch of great lines, and it's
just the dialogue. Just
three of the faves. And tomorrow, Crack the Whip. Amethyst is put in charge of watching Steven and Connie while Pearl and Garnet go on a mission.
This sounds heavenly.
Good stuff. Amethyst episode. With
Amethyst being in charge of people is hilarious. This will be fun.
It's weird because we're getting Amethyst tomorrow, and then the title, I assume I can say titles for this week.
The title of Wednesday is Steven versus Amethyst, so Amethyst.
Yeah, and we just got some Amethyst back in Too Short to Ride, so we're getting a lot of Amethyst compared to having like
that's only
none.
relative to no Amethyst, right? So yeah.
Relative.
We're going from 0 to 30. So.
Anyway, let us know your thoughts.
We needed more Amethyst.
We need more Amethyst. I agree. This is very much a need. Let us know your thoughts on this episode. Comments on the website, YouTube comments, and Tumblr asks and stuff like that. Dylan Hysen, Justin Cummings, Delaney, Stovall, overlyanimated.com. You can support us on patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you very much to Mitch Cordell, Beatrice, Nate, Andy, Jamie, Rachel, John Ryan, Catherine, Taylor, Davon, and Jade, a.k.a. Future Mitch Garner, CB Exchange, Nathan Fillion, Buzz Like Your Mailman, Richard, Jennifer, Brian Cookett, Needle. I'm going to go with Diamond Day until we come up with a better one, and Jewel. But I want to come up with a better one than that. But that's the placeholder.
I already did mine.
Yeah, mine's better than yours, so
you're
okay.
wrong.
I'm not wrong. And thank you. We'll be back tomorrow covering time. This might be late again tomorrow, or it could be early if the leaks cooperate. So we'll see about that.
One time we wanted a leak.
Yeah, this is the first non-leak in a week, and we would have had it up on time, but no. And we'll be back tomorrow with Crack the Whip. Thanks for listening, guys, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.